Alright, I just wanted to do a quick one of these just because I'm not really doing the Monday Night War weekly thing anymore, so I don't know if I'm gonna do like it monthly or I don't know what I'm gonna like necessarily call this video or anything like that, but just I'm just gonna every once in a while do a video about like, like if TNA has a pay-per-view and then WWE has a pay-per-view, I guess in that same month I'll do reviews of what's been going on the shows and I guess what's, been which pay-per-view was better that month, especially when they have like two stupid, random pay-per-views like they did this month. But yeah, like all right, so anyway, like it seems to me like I guess that TNA like they keep giving away all these free like matches. They keep giving away like, AJ versus Jeff versus, RVD or RVD versus Jeff or AJ versus RVD or just all these random matches. And they keep giving them away on, live TV, but they're only 5 minutes and it's because it seems to me like when TNA like when the show opens, from the opening of the show, they do really good and they have this big like setup like, oh, here's what's going to happen tonight and here's all this stuff and like they have a big setup and it's all cool like seeing all they have a great promo usually to open every show, but then the show dies down like by the end of the show and it's just boring and it gets really well it doesn't get boring, it's just they don't have enough time to actually have these it's like, oh, we're gonna have this dream match tonight, we're gonna have AJ versus you know yeah, Jeff Hardy tonight. Okay, and then it's like, yeah, but by the time that match rolls around, you've only got like 3 minutes left in the show to even show the match. So what's the point? It's just like they're hyping. They're wanting people to buy the pay-per-views, which is, you know, it makes sense, I guess. They're not gonna give out just, pay-per-view matches anymore on TV. Like the last real one they gave out was Mr. Anderson versus Kurt Angle in a ladder match, and that was great. That was like the last real, like pay-per-view quality, I think I remember. But they just keep doing things like, oh, like Jeff's gonna do a swanton off of this thing, but then he doesn't. It's just like they tease all these things to get you to buy the pay-per-views. But it's weird because Sacrifice was actually really good, and but yeah. Anyway, on TNA these past few weeks, they've been doing some okay stuff. They've basically been just tying up storylines pretty much, like Kevin Nash coming out with the Feast or Fire box that I mean, I don't even remember him getting from whatever pay-per-view. I don't remember. Like, it's just like they totally forgot about it, and then it's just like, and I mean, it's cool having the Outsiders as TNA Tag Champs, but it's like, it seems like they're kind of just doing it just to like have the names on the belts, kind of like when Mick Foley was world champion, which was cool. I mean, it was cool when he was world champion, but it's kind of like they're just doing it. It's just like, oh, he's in the company right now, put the belt on him, and then just so his name's like in the rankings of the people who've had the belt, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess. I mean, I enjoy seeing like sometimes I enjoy seeing like the older dudes as champions. I'd rather see the Outsiders as champions than Hulk Hogan having the fucking world title, which I hope never happens. But I'd rather see the Outsiders as tag champs. And with Eric Young, with them doing, Eric Young's cutting like these great promos as like, because I guess Scott Hall got arrested again, so Eric Young's probably gonna be with Nash with the belt for now, because they're doing the Freebird rule, so like anybody in the band can, even Sean Waltman if he comes back, he can have the belt and defend it pretty much. Which is cool. I mean, I think, that makes sense because, Scott Hall's not always going to be there. I'm surprised he's lasted this long, But it's good seeing him and, like, in his, like, I think he's a good wrestler and stuff, and he's not as out of shape as he thinks he is, but he just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know why he just doesn't, it seems like he doesn't have enough faith in himself, it seems like, because the fans still like him. I still like him, but um, there was this I don't remember what match it was. I think it was like a four-man tag match. I think the Wolfpack might have been in it and a bunch of other people. But this past few weeks, and Shannon Moore, I think, got his like earring ripped out, and there's blood all over the place. Like, I think he really got like one of the plugs like ripped out. It was pretty crazy. I don't think I have it. I can't find any pictures of it, but it was pretty intense. Like, There was like a lot of blood all over the place. What else? Roxy came back, which is pretty cool. She is my favorite female wrestler, and I'm glad to see her back on TNA again. Last time she broke her ankle, and I can't remember who she was fighting, but she broke her ankle, and now she's back. And hopefully she'll be on the roster for a while. I mean, they are supposed to be doing some budget cuts right now, but I don't think they'd get rid of her. I mean, she's really, really popular. Everybody likes her. Um, I think it was a couple weeks back. I remember there was this part where AJ was walking around the ring, or like I think RVD was in the ring and AJ was around the ring, and he's walking around and this like bald dude like gets in his face, and AJ goes like nose to nose with this guy and just starts talking shit to him, just starts like getting all in his face, and then he takes the fan's sunglasses and puts them on and throws them back at him. It was just really funny. I mean, I like seeing fan interaction and stuff like that, where like the wrestlers will argue with the people in the Impact Zone, because they don't allow them to do that in WWE. They don't even let you barely even high five anybody. So unless the cameras are off. You know, that's the cool. That I mean, when the cameras go off when you're at a WWE live event, they'll go around the ring and like shake hands with people. But when cameras are on, it's like, oh no, don't even pretend like fans like even exist, like they even came to the show. It's fucking stupid. But I'm trying to think of some other things that have happened. I can't remember if it was before the pay-per-view or after the pay-per-view, but Jeff Hardy did a swanton off at the announce table onto Mr. Anderson on like a table or something. I think it was before the pay-per-view, because Mr. Anderson like ribs were taped up during the pay-per-view. So I think it was before. But it just seems weird on TNA like right now, because it's like Hulk Hogan. I mean, no coincidence here that Flavor Flav was the guest host on Raw a couple weeks ago, I think. But Hulk Hogan's like the Flavor Flav of TNA. He comes out there and he's all like, "Oh, change is happening, brother. I'm making changes. Oh, I love TNA. TNA's the shit. You guys like TNA?" Like, and he makes like it's like he hypes up the crowd. He comes out, he hypes up the crowd. "Hey, look, I'm Hulk Hogan. Like, I'm on fucking strings, and like everybody love TNA because I love it, and I'm here. It's me, Hulk Hogan. It's just like he's just like a hype guy. Just like Flavor Flav was for Public Enemy. He comes out, "Hey, yo, you guys like the band? Yeah, well, I'm not really, singing or actually rapping. It's just like, or just like Hulk Hogan. Hey, I'm not gonna wrestle tonight, but I'm gonna stand around and take up half of the airtime and pretend like I'm like the principal, pretty much. He's like a principal Flavor Flav, pretty much. That's what Hulk Hogan is to TNA right now. Another quick thing I wanted to say, I was watching WWE Superstars I don't know what week it was, maybe a couple weeks ago. And I don't watch that show very often, even though they do have like actual wrestling matches on it, if they're not showing stupid video packages, because that's all WWE ever shows is video packages on their other shows, stuff from Raw that you already saw during the week. But they had a match. It was Goldust versus William Regal, which in my opinion, those are two legends pretty much. In my opinion, I've been watching both of them since I was, probably in fourth or fifth grade. So, William Regal and Goldust, like it's like, oh, that match is coming up. Oh, hell yeah, I'll watch that. So I watched the match. It was a pretty good match. Like a lot of stuff's going. They're doing great, like, because William Regal's a good shoot wrestler, and they're doing all these shoot wrestling moves. And William Regal kicks Goldust in the cheek, in the face, and it cuts his cheek, and he starts bleeding. So the match is stopped, and it's like he's bleeding from the ear and the cheek, and they stop the match because he's got the black face paint. Stop the match and fucking have to touch up his face, and like William Regal's standing there in the ring, like kind of taunting him, but he's like standing there for a good 5 or 6 minutes, while this guy comes out like he's a UFC, doctor. "Oh, let me touch up your face there, Goldust," and putting Q-tips in his mouth, and just so stupid. Just stop this, or cut to. I'm surprised they didn't cut to black and white. Jesus Christ, it ruined the match. It's bullshit. Another one of the stupid things TNA did a couple weeks ago. They had this thing with Desmond Wolfe and Abyss, and Desmond Wolfe broke a bottle and cut Abyss's arm open, which is pretty crazy, actually, seeing him really cut it open and have a big gash on his arm. But Abyss is like talking down to women, like calling them bitches and stuff like that. It's like they just need to stop. It's like you can tell it's Russo's horrible writing, just terrible. As for both of the pay-per-views this month, Sacrifice was actually pretty good. I didn't, I there were Jeff versus Anderson was a great match, and RVD versus AJ was a great match. They went on for more than 5 minutes than they do on the normal show, but Over the Limit was horrible. The only thing worth watching on it was the Rey Mysterio versus CM Punk match to see Rey shave CM Punk's head, which was pretty cool. And this is the only thing memorable, but they should have saved it till at least like SummerSlam or one of the four main important ones. But so yeah, if you had to choose anything, I would definitely watch Sacrifice over the Limit. It was just bad, and Over the Limit had a shit poster too. That's why I chose these two. I found these two. Somebody made these posters, and they look a lot cooler. But CM Punk and Ray was the only thing redeeming over the Limit. Sacrifice was way better.